Think I got everything all good. That's perfect. How's everybody doing today? Thanks for joining. Let me just pull this up here. Live. There we go. How's everybody doing today? Thanks for joining. Yeah, shut that off. All right. I am actually diving back into the NextJS docs, and as you can see, because this is so nicely done, it tracks your progression up to a certain point. I was just going through and creating a Next.js app that is basically just a little mini blog. No, not Rust. No. I am heavily debating on whether or not to go back to that or not. I got stonewalled, so we'll see. I'm not a quitter, so I am not a troll. I've been a troll before. No worries. We're here to have fun. I like to have fun. So thanks for joining me. Now, did I use M? Yeah, I didn't use MPN. I used the NPN, I believe. Nope, didn't. What did I use? Well, let's look. How the hell did I start that up? That had to be. It's been a while since I've been in here, so. Oh my god. Hey, I spent an hour and a half yesterday trying to get a PNG working, so this isn't a professional setup I got going here. Oh, nice! I'm on your TV. that's that's bold. Have me on a TV. I've actually been on TV before, just local. Um, it was a local cable access channel, and it was a quiz show. Nothing big. No car chases out in LA when I lived out there. Sure. How the heck did I? Yeah, I had to. Oh, wait a minute. Ah, there we go. It was a competition. It was my team of three people, including myself, and it was just it was like any regular quiz show, and I used when I was a kid and I was alone a lot. I used to go through and read all the Trivial Pursuit cards. So I have this. I don't plus one in the chat if you've ever seen the TV show Cheers and know who Cliff Clavin is, because I'm known in some parts as the main version of Cliff Clavin. It was just useless trivia. So I carried my team all the way to the finals. And we got to the finals, and I can't remember what the prizes were. But I know part of it was going to charity. And at the end, it was kind of like the Final Jeopardy question. In the end, they asked, when did the first iPhone come out? And I was 1 year over when the iPhone came out, so we lost. So it was just so I was crushed. Let's see. Competition seems scary. I got interviewed about the code boot camp I did many moons ago. It was a wreck. I think code boot camps ought to be like Full Metal Jacket, so we can weed out all the code bros. But that's just my opinion. My terminal is giving you life. That took me a while to learn to set up. Yeah, it was a good time. I had this really, I had this really weird thing with sports, and I had this fascination with sports. So one of the categories was sports mascots, and I carried my team through that one. That brought us back from the brink of elimination during like the semifinals or something. But yeah, it was a great time. Cliff Clavin, if you don't know, was the mailman on Cheers, and every so often he'd come up with this stupid fact, like I don't know, baby flying squirrels can jump up to 1 mile or something. He was quite the character. But this is right here what I've been working on, and this is, as we go back here, where I left off. And right now I'm at the point where I don't have to do any code. I was just reading through. So, but an American hero, yeah, definitely. Um, I I was at the point here where it's not. I'm gonna do some code just to toy around with it, but anybody has any questions, feel free to shoot them in the chat. Um, I was not able to have my lobster roll today, so I'm looking for a little. I'm looking for a little therapy right now because my therapist is off for the day. You're not the only one. I get told that a lot. um, I was devastated and heartbroken. Well, over the past 2 days, I've been devastated and heartbroken. Russian bots have unfriended me on Twitter, and I didn't get my lobster roll today. So, oh, go ahead. I think I turned it on so you can share a link in the chat. So, yeah, throw that link in there. So yeah, that's the website so far. It's basically just a blog, and it's React, and it's NextJS. So I was just going through the docs and learning it. So here I was here, using class names, library to toggle classes. And I think I had this in the code, come to think of it. Oh no, that was in here. Yeah. So I did that to put those classes in. And then I can use class names like that. So why don't I do this? Main lobster. Oh yes, main lobster now. Um, That is probably one of the best things since sliced bread is Maine lobster now. Usually, there's a place that I go to in Portland that they're right on the waterfront, and the name is escaping me right now for some reason. Oh my god, let's look it up. I got plenty of time to kill today. Yeah, one of my favorite places. My hometown, actually. Where are you? Ah, there we are. So this is the place, Harbor Fish Market, that I usually pick everything up at. When I'm not going to, and I'll show you this too. Um, oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna judge today. Yep. So yeah, they got a nice selection of stuff. Um, I can pick up cooked lobsters, soft shells, um, fish for chowder, or as we say in Maine, chowder. Lobster meat. Lobster meat's exceptionally priced, as you can see. That's per pound. That's a good idea. Yeah, I'll fix your site for a year's worth of lobster rolls. Knuckles, tails, and claws are the best. Let me show you. I'll show you all one more. So, uh, I'll show you a couple things. Reds. Reds is a place that I go to every summer. I didn't go this year, and that's kind of bumming me out. Those are their lobster rolls at Reds. You know what? This might be a lobster channel from now on. Yep. So yeah, That's Reds Eats in Wiscasset, Maine. So if you're ever in Wiscasset, Maine, or if you're ever in Maine, period, let me know and we'll go and have Reds lobster roll. That's knuckles, tails, and claws, and that's about a pound and a quarter, I believe it was, in a hot dog bun. And the other one, now I took this challenge three. Yeah, it is, but it's worth the trip. Um, so I went to this place, which is right up the road, 3 years ago, and I did a challenge. And this is when I could put this food away. This is, that's a 3-foot long lobster roll. And that's 5 1.25 pound lobsters in that in that thing. And I managed to put it all away 3 years ago. Yeah, that's what I said when they brought it to the table. I finished that. I tried again the year after, and I only got a third of the way through, and I had to tap out. Yeah, that actually at the time was $70 for that thing. But if you notice down on the bottom here, that watermelon wedge, I am glad they put that watermelon wedge in there, because if they hadn't, I don't think I would have muscled that thing down. I think it's turned into food porn, actually. But yeah, that's my life. So now I got to figure out, all right, now I got to get back to what I was doing. But yeah, that sandwich, though. And yes, a lobster roll is a sandwich. A hot dog may not be a sandwich, but it also may be a sandwich, but a lobster roll is a sandwich. All right. So they're trying to explain this stuff. And I think in here, that I can throw that in a let's see. Let's try. Throw that in there like that, and then I want to take that and put it in copy. There, like. No, I don't need to do that. Never mind. So yeah, there's that. Now I think that should work. Right? Out of the box with no config. NextJS compiles using PostCSS. Does anybody work with PostCSS in the chat? Because I haven't. To customize PostCSS config, you need to create a top-level file called PostCSS_config.js. This is useful when you're using libraries like Tailwind. Yeah, I haven't either. And I looked at Tailwind, but I can't get into Tailwind. And it's just weird to me. I know everybody raves about it, and I'm not knocking Tailwind, but I couldn't personally get into it. Yeah, I can skip this part because no, Sass. I could use Sass. I love Sass, actually. Yeah, I looked at Tailwind, and there's a lot of, well, there's a few things that, like place items, that's it's you can't use it, or it's difficult to use with Tailwind or something. Um, I might be wrong. I don't know, but I just wasn't too keen on it. But SAS. Oh, I figured you'd use Tailwind because you like .NET. .NET was the bane of my existence. I never want to touch .NET again. Not knocking it. All right, let's do npm install SAS. I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna do npm install. And just to let you know, if you haven't been in here, I am the master and king and commander of all typos. So I have these fat fingers. All right. Make sure we don't have to do anything else. That's it for this lesson. Out of the box, NextJS allows you to import SAS using both the .scss and .sass extension. You can use component-level SAS via CSS modules in the module .scss or .module.sass extension. Cool. Next lesson. I was just saying the other day, it's everybody does typos. My big typos are, and feel free to put yours in. Mine is false. I usually put FLASE. Function is usually FUCNTION. And what was the third one was, oh boy. Const is usually COSNT. Label, yeah. So my hours long. Const ended when I come. Yeah, I fat finger all the time. Usually, like I would go at like this furious pace, and then I'd look up and it looked like complete and utter gibberish. So label is a good one. I've done that one a few times myself. Yes. So now we're doing pre-rendering and data fetching. We'd like to create a blog. Here's the desired result. So let's see what they're. So yeah. So basically, mine's like that. I took that from my current site. Not replacing my current site. My current site runs on 11e, and I love 11e. But Next.js really intrigued me. But so far we've added no blog content. In this lesson, we'll learn how to fetch external blog data into our app. We'll store the blog content in the file system, but it'll work if the content is stored elsewhere. What we'll learn in this lesson. Next.js's pre-rendering feature, two forms of pre-rendering: static generation, server-side rendering, static generation with data, without data, get static props, and how to use it to import external blog data into the index page. Some useful information on get static props. Cool. Let's start now. If you're continuing from the previous lesson, you can skip this page. Download starter code. Yeah, I did all that already earlier. Pre-rendering. Before we talk about data fetching, let's talk about one of the most important concepts in Next.js, pre-render. Has anybody in chat worked with Next.js yet? And is the music too loud? Because I feel like it might be too low, actually. Let's see if that. We'll see how that works. By default, NextJS pre-renders every page. Okay. Pre-rendering, I get it. I think we all get it. But let's just read through. By default, NextJS pre-renders every page. This means that NextJS generates HTML for each page in advance instead of having it all done by client-side JavaScript. Pre-rendering can result in better performance in SEO. I like better performance. SEO, I'm not. It doesn't bother me. Each generated HTML is associated with minimal JavaScript code that's necessary for that page. When a page is loaded by the browser, its JavaScript code runs and makes the page fully interactive. I've done that, so I think we know how that works. All right, let's go on. Two forms of pre-rendering: static generation and server-side rendering. I think we all know what that does. If not, let me know. What else? Static generation is a pre-rendering method that generates the HTML at build time. And then the pre-rendered HTML is then reused on each request. Server-side rendering is the pre-rendering method that generates the HTML on each request. Flashcards, that's good. Development mode, when you run npm run dev or yarn dev, every page is pre-rendered on each request, even for pages that use static generation. Importantly, NextJS lets you choose which pre-rendering form to use for each page. You can create a hybrid NextJS app by using static generation for most pages and using server-side rendering for others. Oh, that's interesting. When to use static versus server-side? Static generation wherever possible, because your page can be built once it's served by CDN, which makes it much faster than having a server render page on each on every request. You can use static generation for many types of pages, including marketing pages, blog posts, e-commerce product listings, help and documentation. Static generation. Oh. I don't think I'm going to do 2 hours of this. I think I'll do an hour of this and switch over to something else. Because this is just... let's see. Static generation can be done with and without data, yada, yada, yada. However, for some pages you might not need it. Or should I just get right to the code? Because this looks like it's an awful lot of just talk. However, for some pages you might not need first fetching some external data. Maybe you need to access processing to fetch external API or query a database build time. NextJS supports this case static. Static generation with data using get static props. How does it work? Well, in NextJS, when you export a page component, you can also export an async function called get static props. If you do this, then Get stack props runs at build time in production, and inside the function you can fetch external data and send it as props to the page. Okay, yep. I've done that before. Essentially, get stack props allows you to tell Next.js, hey, this page has some data dependencies, so when you pre-render this page at build time, make sure to resolve them first. Gotcha. In development mode, get stack prop runs on each request instead. Let's use get stack props. It's easier to learn by doing, yes. So starting from the next page, we'll use get stack props to implement our blog. Well, let's do this. We'll now add blog data to our app using the file system. Each blog post will be a markdown file. Create a top-level directory called posts, and inside those, create a pre-rendering and SSG-SSRMD. Alright, so I have posts, pre-rendering, pre-rendering.md, right? What was the other one? SSG-SSR. SSG-SSR.markdown. Okay. We got our markdown files. So I'll make sure that's running. I was working on a project and it had it had over 8,000 warnings when I ran npm install whatever it was. So that was fun, and none of them were fixed on an npm audit fix. That was great. All right, files are done. Uh-huh. I don't know. I have been using Yarn a lot lately. I don't know if it's any different, to be honest, but copy that content into pre-rendering. And then SSR, copy that content into there. You might have noticed each markdown file has metadata section at the top. Yes, because it's a markdown file containing title and date. This is called YAML front matter, which can be parsed using a library called gray matter. Parsing the blog data on get static. Now let's update our index page using this data. We'd like to parse each markdown file and get the title, date, and file name, which will be used as ID for the post URL, and list the data on the index page sorted by date. To do this on pre-render, we need to implement get static props. So in this, we have index page get static props. Okay, yeah. Let's do it on the next page. Now I really want a lobster roll. Favorite food. Put your favorite food in the chat. Let me see what you folks like. I gotta watch what I say. Guys is just I was using guys a lot today, talking to a couple of friends of mine. We're not all guys here. I don't know. Well, yeah, you can see behind me. I'm in a really tiny place, so my fridge is not quite within arm's reach. Barbecued pork sandwich. Yes. I am all for barbecue pork sandwich. And coleslaw and bathed in barbecue sauce with an onion ring, maybe. Oh, man. Okay, first we got to when we implement get static props, we need to install gray matter. So I'm gonna have to stop that again. Gray with an A. Gray matter. Oh yeah. So there being a number of regional barbecues in the South, many. Which one is your preferred choice? Because I know you have the Carolina barbecue. Uh, you have what? Tennessee. Tennessee different? Did they do it? I think. I want to say they did a different kind of barbecue down there. Then you have Kansas City style. Then you have Texas style. I don't know. There's a lot of good ones down there, though. All right, so we got gray matter all installed. Next, we will create a simple library for fetching data, create a top-level directory called lib, which, funny, that's like 3 of the 5 letters of my last name. All right, top-level directory. And then create a file called posts.js inside that. And then we're going to put that in there. Thin and vinegary. I started making my own barbecue sauce because I just can't stand that syrupy garbage they have in grocery stores. So I started buying the spices and making my own. I used ketchup and vinegar as the base. And I put like chipotle powder in and cumin, brown sugar, I have a recipe for it somewhere. And it came out actually pretty good. It's not it's not too thin. I kind of like mine a little on the thicker side, but not bad. Not bad for a New England boy. Yeah, kind of like a jus. Because, yeah, I get dip it when you dip in a sandwich in sauce. Yeah, it's got to be thin. Because you want that bread to soak it up. I was a chef for 20 years when I was in between doing web work at night and cooking, being a chef during the day. So I got to learn a lot of great stuff. But there's so much before all this pandemic hit, I had planned on going around the country and going to get all these little places way out of the way, off the beaten path, and get food, kind of doing like an Anthony Bourdain used to do. But then we have all this, so. But yeah, that that bread soaking up all that sauce like a jus, like a French dip. Yeah, I'm hoping that it changes soon. That's all I'll say. Keeping my fingers crossed. All right, so we got that, and in Pages index.js, import this. So we're going to go back here. We're going to have Pages index.js. We're going to come up here and do that. And then call this function and get static props. You'll need to return the result inside the props key. So I take it this is still in Pages index. Right? No? What? Yes? Well, let's find out. I wouldn't have it any other way, my friend. So let's see. We're going to do that, and then we're going to go. Let's see if I did this right. npm run dev. He's in Kentucky, so my guess is either possum or squirrel. Camembert? I have a very funny squirrel story I should tell you in our next meetup, or I can tell it to you right now. Why don't I tell it to you right now? So I have this place up in northern New Hampshire, and it was up on a hill in the middle of the woods, and it was a two-story, and my bedroom was up in the I guess you could call it a loft area. I'd seen one. So in this loft area was my bedroom, and I had a window facing out to the back of the woods that looked off the back of the mountain. Well, it got to the part where squirrels were overrun the area. And then they got inside the rafters in the eaves, and they overran the eaves and the rafters, and they were, yeah, I mean, you can hear them all the time, and it nearly drove me insane. Um, so one day I'm getting changed, I'm ready to go out somewhere, and I hear this like scratching on glass, like someone running their nails down a chalkboard, and on the window is a squirrel like this, because it tried to jump off out of the top of the peak of the house, and it somehow lost its grip, slid down the window, caught something, and was hanging there. And I had a picture of it a long time ago. I don't have it anymore. And it's just staring at me in the window while I'm getting dressed. I felt violated. But moving right along. There's my squirrel story. That might be better than the Michael Bolton story, actually. And yes, the Michael Bolton, the singer. Right? Yeah, just hanging in there. So pages index, you import that statement. Then call this function and get static props. So which so where is that going? That's the thing. Then call this function and get static props. All right, now I'm a little lost. Yeah. So do I even? Well, my question is, where's this going? Is this going where I had it in the index page? I think so. So that goes where all the... No. All right. My first challenge of the day. I'm coming up on the hour anyway, so we might let's hopefully figure this out. So let's cut that down. There's a lot of fluff in there. There. So it says then call this function and get static props. So where? I'm not seeing it. You need to return the result inside the props key. Okay, I need to return that in the props key. So where am I looking? display the data, add another section tag at the bottom of this component. All right. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm supposed to do this, right? Wait, compiling. Oh, where did I? All right. It's gonna throw another error, but that's all right. Or maybe not. All right. So what does this? Go there. And does this go on the bottom? Let's find out. Mm. Oh, okay. All right, I see what it's doing. So grab that section, throw that in there like that. Get rid of that, save it, and we'll try it again. Control C. Control C. npm run dev. And hopefully I'll have to read that later. Actually, I'm up on at the end of the first hour, so I am going to swing to something different. And I think I'm going to go take a look at my Codepen and tinker around in there. Because I got a lot of stuff in there that I should probably either clean out or see if I still need. I'll see if I still need to use that. I'll have to do some more reading on this. This is actually I'll fiddle around with this later. Alright, let's go to Codepen. Yes, Codepen is one of my favorite places. So I just recently had, and I know probably some of you in chat saw it on Style Stage. My Style Stage theme was pushed live today, this morning. This is so cool because it's just like CSS Zen Garden was way back in the day when I started doing this stuff, and I think it's just awesome. There's mine. Love tinkering around with CSS and stuff. I haven't done anything really super duper flashy, but I intend to at some point. Yeah, I got another theme in mind, but I'm not going to be able to get to that for, I know, let's see, this month. We're in September, aren't we? So September and October are pretty full for me. So I think November I'll be getting to it. But yeah, I got another theme in mind. No, time does not exist anymore. I think it's September 395 tomorrow or something like that. The days gel into each other. I just did some basic CSS stuff in here. Nothing too flashy. But I had to throw the lobster in on the bottom. But yeah, it looks good in, and I know you really, responsive mode you really can't bank on in a browser, but it's, I checked on my phone and a few other devices and it looks pretty good. I mean, the skip to main content bounces around a little bit, but I'm not worried about that. Yeah, I gotta get those lobsters. Gotta get those lobsters. I actually want to move back to San Diego at some point, and people are like, well, how are you going to get your lobster rolls? I go, well, there's a place out in San Diego called Wicked Maine Lobsters. That's that's one option, and the other one is using MaineLobsterNow.com. So I got that covered. But yeah, yeah, I'm pretty psyched that the theme is up and everything. It's all good in accessibility wise. Well, those three alerts aren't mine. Those three alerts are like false positives. Those are in the HTML. But so in my Codepen, new feature: your collections are now reorderable, and sortable. Ah, okay. Oops, I shouldn't. All right. All right. Ah, okay. That's cool. I like it. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. You can comment on collections now too. Oh, that's good too. I like that. It's TV view. Ah, yeah. Uh-oh. What? Did I break it? Ah. Whoa. What happened? Wow. That's weird. Oh, okay. So TV view is like a slideshow. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, so I'm just sitting here batting the touchpad for no reason. Okay. Oh, this is cool. I like it. Huh. Okay. All right. Let's go back to this part. I love looking through. I love browsing through this. See, this is the kind of stuff I like. I think that's pretty cool. See, animation. Yes, I mean, some of the stuff on here blows me away, especially the Baroque painting. Um, there was one with, I think it was like it was done. It was all done in CSS, and it was like a coastal scene with a lighthouse. I think it was. Yes, the girl with the CSS earring. And that was Diana Smith, wasn't it? Who did that one? I think it was Diana Smith who did that one. That's her name. I mean, stuff like this is just awesome. Or as we say up here, wicked, wicked awesome. Wicked. No way that's... Now, I've said this before and I've been totally wrong, but there's no way that's just CSS. Yeah, that was a really good one, and I can't remember his name. There was a guy that did it, and I want to say his first name was Adam, but I can't remember the... Oh my god. That's not a picture. That is CSS. HTML. SVG. Animated SVG. That is freaking cool. Ben Evans. Yes, thank you. I mean, come on, that's just awesome. Yep, mind blowing indeed. I haven't looked at this in a while. Oh my god. That is just phenomenal. Now, what happened? Maybe you can tell me. What happened to if I wanted to search for the girl with the CSS earring? Because I haven't been able to find the search. Did they take out the search? They couldn't have taken out the search. Add to collection, fork, embed, export, and share. I like that one. I'm surprised I didn't mark that I loved it, because I do love it. Settings? No, it's not settings. No. 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 Hmm. So in editor view, because there are a lot of, like, if I don't mark anything down as loved, and then I'm like, oh, what happened to, you know, I don't have the link for. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Oh, so you got to go back here. Okay. Okay. I didn't know if it was on any of the inside pages. Okay, gotcha. Girl with the CSS earring. No. Baroque. Well, that don't look like that. Um, Baroque girl. No. So horrible. Oh my god. Maybe popular. I love this one too. Now that I'm, oh, shiny squirrel, that is awesome too. Because, I mean, I've seen one of those. Something that looked like it. I don't know if it was the same exact one, but that looks like a picture of one. Wow. That's phenomenal. All right, my stuff, which is so stupid. Oh, now that I've looked at all that stuff, I'm like, ah. Let's see. Um, J, G, V, B, J, Y. Oh my God, yes. I can't believe I didn't mark that one either. Oh, the girl with the pearl earring, girl with the, yeah, okay. Louise Flanagan. Why was I thinking Diana Smith? I don't know. Wow. I need a vacation. All right. Anyways, that one is phenomenal. So the one on the coastal one and this one, that's what I thought. I that's like, I know she's done something like that. So this one, and Diana had one too. I think very similar. It was the one with the frillies. It was like the one that had the woman with the frilly thing around her neck. Yes, yes. That one, this one, and the coastal one. When anybody says CSS isn't a programming language, I go, oh yeah, and I wink, 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 and they're like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, oh. I mean, come on. Just that is just the thing. I mean, I would love to try this, but I don't know if I'd have. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if I'd have the patience. I tried doing um, when I used to play Dungeons and Dragons. I used to try and paint miniature figures, and I could not for the life of me. I have this thing, and way back when I was an amped up 20-year-old, even a teen, actually, come to think of it, I was so amped up and just, of course, riddled with anxiety and yada, yada, yada. And I would shake like a leaf. And I could never have that steady hand to paint a miniature figure. And I'd sit there and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna paint the blue cufflink on his shirt, and then all of a sudden, I'd shake, and the whole arm would, the whole torso and arm would be blue, and I'd be like, no, never mind. So I think I'd be kind of like the same way with this, which would be, I guess, and this is kind of unfair to say because I've never actually tried it before, but just positioning stuff to me would be the big thing. Yeah, lots and lots of patience. Yeah, definitely. But that is just that right there is just incredible. Let's go. Actually, let's go through and let's see some more of the picked stuff. So. And I like a lot on here the stuff that's like components. Those are really some of the like the light mode, dark mode toggles that I see a lot here on here. Um, those are those are cool. Calculator. I think yeah, I got a calculator too that I did. Yeah, yeah. I actually did one. I mean, it was just a basic one, but the ones that I like are the ones that have like the sun and then it toggles to the moon, or those are the ones that are really cool. I really like them. Oh, that looks cool. That's pretty cool. Oh, wow. That's just CSS. And keyframes, yeah. Okay. Yeah, animate. Okay. That's pretty cool. I like that. I think the yellow caught my eye, actually. All right, let's look at let's look at my stuff. Oh my god. All right. Mine's basically just there's a lot of JavaScript stuff and just testing out code. I've never really got into I never really got into anything. Well, I did do that. I did do the monster game. So I guess that's kind of interactive. The yellow on that one really, yeah, the bright colors and stuff that pops really catches my eye. I get, you know, I'm looking at stuff, I'm going through, and then I'm like, bang, I'm drawn right to it. I wonder if I can win a game with this. What? Chimneys? Huh? Chimneys? I bet it's chimneys. Yeah, it's chimneys. That's one. That's one. That's one. Verify. Oh, they did that. Come on. You're gonna take away my fun. Jeez. All right. Anyways. Go back. My crowning achievement, and I remember everybody, well, not everybody, but people were looking at it, was the Ron Swanson random quote generator. Where are you? There you are. That's the finished one. That's my masterpiece on Codepen. You gotta have a little Ron Swanson in your life. All right. I will leave my children $50 apiece. Enough for the cab ride home from the funeral and a steak dinner. End of discussion. That show was awesome. I think that was my Codepen masterpiece. Now we got... I fork a lot of stuff just to tinker around with it. Look under the hood and... Why I... Oh, okay. There was different phases of that. That's why. That's one that can be deleted. That one... yeah, that one... I'm going to delete that one. That was a horrible mock-up. This is the pen that one was... That pen I just deleted turned into this, which was an idea I got from a pen that I forked from somebody that I can't remember her name, but she had basically the same thing, and I had this restaurant redoing their website. I'm like, why not just throw the menu up as the website? So, not yet. No lobster roll themed pens yet, but it's not out of the question. I think there's one in the future. Maybe maybe like one of those CSS paintings. But who knows? That's a good question, though. That's a very good question. I have a lot of work that I get off my desk by the end of the year. So after I do that, then yeah, that's a definite that I can unlock, right? Oh no, that's the one I forked. Yeah, I wonder if I can delete. No, I'll leave that. I don't know if I can delete that yet or not. I think I can. Actually, I think I can delete it. It'll be left in there for 3 days. So yeah, if I go, I'll double check, and if I have to, I'll go back and. I would love to see a funky lobster-themed layout or painting. Okay. Challenge accepted. Style Stage Lobster Edition. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a real good one. Because guess what? I just got another idea. Okay. Challenge accepted. And I'm even going to mark that down so I don't so I don't forget it. Style stage. Lobster theme. So, there's this place. Now that I can't think, oh my god. No, I don't want to go to Maine. Craigslist. Thank you. Maine. No. Lobster Shacks, Maine. Maine. I can't remember. It's not Five Islands. Where? It's not Perkins. There it is right there. So. Yes. Live stream, have a lobster roll, and have a lobster theme show. That's going to happen. That's definitely going to happen. So there's this place, and it just popped in my head. Oh, I don't want to go here. All right, let's do this. Let's go back here. McLoon's Lobster Shack. They have... That's their lobster roll. Oh, that bun's a little too grilled for me. But they have... Oh, come on, where's a good picture of... They have a board that has... Come on. No picture on there? You gotta be kidding me. See, that's... They have a board, and they have wooden slats. And it's got lobster rolls, you know, whatever the price is. And it's got different... It's this long, really long... Or I could be looking at the wrong spot. Who knows? I could have sworn it was them. Oh, no, right there. No, I don't want to go to Facebook. That's what I'm thinking. So, like this red part could be the background, and each section could be something like that. And I know there's a font that's pretty similar to that. I mean, it's not. Yeah, I think that's the one. That's the theme right there that I'm going to go with. Thank you for the idea. That was great. I'm going to see if I can swipe that picture. No, what? You might be able to see that a little better. I hope. View image. There. Yeah, just like that. I've had their lobster Rolls Royce, and it's huge. Yeah. That's the ticket, and I'm going to save that just so I can remember. That's going on my desktop, yes. All right, cool. Perfect. Plan in place. Challenge accepted. Gonna do it. I'm gonna actually start on it. Maybe I'll start on it this weekend because I don't have anything going on this weekend. I got a lot of stuff going on this week though. It's gonna be it's a long weekend, I think, too, isn't it? I don't know what else do I got in here. It's mostly a lot of form stuff because I was working with. There's some forms I was working on. A lot of variable font stuff that I was forking off of Jason Pimentel and Pimental. I always pronounce his name wrong. Pimental. I should know that by now. I know the guy, for crying out loud. Yeah, just a lot of dinky stuff. Now here's the stuff for that I forked. Her stuff is awesome, and I always put. I hope I remembered to put. No, I didn't. Shoot. Her stuff is great, and I forked it just to take a look. And I forked things from other people too that I take a look at under the hood. Maybe you know who did these because I can't remember. But she does phenomenal stuff. And I'm probably following her. So I should probably look there. I could have sworn. I usually. That's a good example. I didn't credit there either. Shoot. Because usually, what I do when I fork a pen is I say, oh, I forked this from Jen Simmons. Here's the original pen. But apparently I did not do that. Yes, Olivia. Thank you. Yep. Yep. I'll have to go back through and make sure I throw that in there, throw the links in there. Because I've had people go, oh, that's awesome. And I'm like, no, that's not mine. That's not mine. I can get rid of these because I don't work for that company anymore. Delete that. Delete that. Oh, that's right too. They did that, didn't they? Let's see. Do I go in there or do I? No. Where do I find the? Oh, details view. Okay. Details view. Forked from. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. Yes, now I remember. Was it on? Yeah, I think it was on the Codepen podcast. Chris and Marie were talking about that, I think. But anyways, yes. Thank you for pointing that out. Because it's just like. Cool. I don't know. I'd still probably put the little comment in the HTML anyways. Just in case. Most of them are locked anyways, just because. I locked them just because, well, One, so people weren't like, "Oh, you did that," before they added that feature, and two, just peeking around. I didn't want at the time. I didn't want anybody saying, "Oh, you copied that, or you stole it from me," or something like that. I don't know. Yes, there is. I like Easter eggs, so if there are Easter eggs, I like the Easter eggs. But yeah, Olivia's stuff is Olivia's stuff is terrific. And then I had my website originally. This one I definitely stole from Brenda Storer. I stole this layout because it's so freaking cool. I really, really love that the way that looked, the way it looks now. I mean, I like that layout, so I used that. I blatantly stole that one. I will admit to that. That countdown timer. That countdown timer actually. Where's the original one that I had? That's from Brenda. That's from Brenda. That I can't remember who that's from, but that's pretty cool. That's from Rachel Andrew. That's free Code Camp stuff. Um, that I never finished. I wanted to, but I didn't. Countdown timer. So this, I think actually this is probably the one that um, that's my best design, and I don't have the URL to the. All right, let's go to. I was on Dribble. Sharp, yes, thank you. It's actually responsive too, to a point. Who am I looking for? Um, okay, it was her design. So I was surfing through here. There it is. I was going through here one day and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I want to do that. I want to see if I can code that. And sure enough, let's go to. Do I want to do full page? Yeah, I guess I could do full page. So yeah, I did that. It's pretty close. That background might be off a little bit, but that was pretty close. Thank you. I don't know. I see stuff like that, and I'm like, I want to make that work. And I was like, I have to make it. I have to make this work. I have to make a working example of this. So yeah, it was pretty cool to do. Um, she's got some really nice stuff on here. I like her designs. I was thinking once that Yeah, I got in touch with her and I said, yeah, I'd like to make a working copy of what you got here. And she said, yeah, go for it. So I did. And I thought about contacting her again and going, you know what? I want to do something with this so that like the scores kind of, they're either wavy or they kind of like flash in and out, and the ghosts go up and down wavy. I was thinking about doing that too, but so much stuff that got me sidetracked. But yeah, her stuff is pretty neat. So now we're gonna do. Let's go back here and change view back to editor. Actually, let's go back to here. More free code camp stuff. Oh, jeez. I guess that background image isn't working anymore. Oh, where is that? Let's fix that. Body, yeah. Oh, that's why. Duh. That's on my old domain. All right. Oops. Yeah, I'll go back to that in a minute because that's interesting. I haven't touched that in the longest time. Yeah, I'll leave that. Actually, yeah, I'll leave that like that. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to that pen. The writing mode. That was another dribble shot. And I can't remember the name. Oh, thank you for the love on the countdown timer. Appreciate it. Writing mode. And then let me go back to dribble again. No, not. Oh, God. Please don't be something horrible. Oh, okay, good. Hey, if anybody wants blay.com, it's available. Dribble.com. That's dangerous. All right, sign in. God, that was so ridiculous. That's the fear that I have, that I'm like going. I'm currently running on my MacBook, and it's running really slow because OBS and Spotify running, and my one big fear is I'm doing something, I'm trying to type in to go somewhere else, and it ends up on the worst of places. All right. I think his name was Steve Wolf. And oh, that is beautiful. Oh, I love that. Oh my God, that's beautiful. All right, I'm a big Office fan. Focus. It's got to be. I think it's him. Pretty sure it's him. Let's see. I like the logo work. The logo work is killer. All right. Where are you? I know you're in here. There it is, sibling. So this was This was being talked about at an event apart, I believe. Eric Meyer, Jen Simmons, and I was standing around in the not really in the conversation, but they're like, oh, that would be cool for writing mode experiment, and um, I was like, yes, that would be. So that was the impetus behind this. But as you can see, I was having a little bit of difficulty. And on November 6th of last year, I decided, yeah, I'm going to take a break because um, this one is tough. This one is really, really tough. I'm going to go live view with this. So I got this pretty good. I couldn't find, where is it? This font is, I don't know what that font is. I couldn't find that font, so I just went with, what did I go with? I think that is Vast Shadow. So this is an SVG, and it's kind of off a little bit. That's an SVG. These dots are SVG, but this was pretty easy to do right here. This third column was the one that was giving me all sorts of problems, lining it up and everything. So I just decided to take a break. Yeah, it's very sweet. Well, I was trying to make it responsive too, but it's not very responsive. It's kind of responsive, but it's not really responsive. Um, yeah, that is. Um, that's as far as I got. November 6th of last year. And then I was like, huh, I got to take a break. And it's been quite a break. This line, I had that line. If you could see, there's a line here next to this border. That line I had over here where it's supposed to be. I had that font. I remember having that font bumped up to where it should be, like in here, but I couldn't get the dots underneath like I do, like it's done here on here. So that's where I ended up. I'm, and thank you. I don't think it looks bad, but I don't think it looks great. But thank you. I appreciate that. Um, I bet, you know what, I ought to email Eric and I ought to say, hey, about that sibling thing project, did you ever? Because I bet he would know how to do it if he didn't do it already. Because he's the CSS guy. Come on. So. Um, what else on Codepen? I haven't gone through my pens in quite a while. God, his logo work is awesome. It's just so clean. I like clean. I mean, stuff like that. Even stuff like that. I just like that minimal clean. These. Alright. Unscheduled. Here's what I've done. Not. That was the final logo for a library that I did. Not bad. Oh, cool. Yeah, thank you. I actually, at an event apart, Jen and Eric were talking about writing modes. Eric got into the writing modes a little more in depth. When grid layout was, it had been out. It's been out for the longest time, but when they were really people were starting to talk more about it, and that's when it got me fascinated seeing some of the writing modes that were done. And I'm like, I gotta try that out, and what better way to try it out than on Codepen? So that, I think, when I don't know if I had my pro account yet, but it was either that time or it was the year before that. I don't remember how long I've had that pro account, but that was like, I got to get a pro account and do stuff like that. So yeah, that's my. It's a lot of dinking around on there. All right, now I'm gonna get out of here. Right, I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I I might probably go back to this at some point. Or maybe not even make it responsive. I mean, it's supposed to be like a poster size, maybe? Yes, Jen is awesome. Jen and Rachel are the two that I was like taking everything in on Grid and Flexbox and all the stuff that you could do with it. I subscribed to um, Rachel's CSS layout newsletter. Um, I watched all of Jen's videos on Layout Land and the Mozilla ones when her and Miriam Suzanne did all those videos with the other two women as well. Um, and then I found a few more um, resources on Grid and on Flex. You know, the Flexbox games, the Grid, what is it, CSS Grid Garden game, or CS something. Um, yeah, but I saw Jen and Rachel 4 times, 4 years in a row, and it was just, each time it was just like, it was just as good as the previous. It was awesome. What else? What else do I have at the end here? Oh, and as you can see, I was trying to get that vertical working, and I got it working here. See, I got it working. It works, but I couldn't put it into that column in the other one. So I was like, I mean, I don't have a lot of hair left, but yeah, for some reason it wasn't working. Yes, Rachel is just, she's phenomenal. Both of them are just phenomenal. Um, Two of my favorite people in web to to learn from, and had the privilege to talk to, and Yeah, they're real. They're awesome. I get the other thing I was gonna do too. Now I look at it because it's staring me right at the face, right in the face, is the variable fonts, and this one is from Jason, which detailed view. This one's from Jason Palmental, and he's got some of the best pens on uh, variable fonts. Oh, I didn't even see that one. Oh, wow. Okay. So that's he is one of my favorite font people. Him and Scott Kellum, they have some of the best stuff with variable fonts that I've seen. That's got to be grid layout. No? Yes, grid layout. Yes, his stuff. If you like the variable font stuff, learning variable fonts was really cool. If you ever get a chance and are interested in his workshops are just phenomenal. Um, him, Jason, Scott Kellum, who does Typtura, and David Jonathan Ross, who has Font of the Month Club. He's those three are just they're awesome. I really really admire their work. Gotcha, yeah. Jason's the one with the collies, and Tristan and Tilly, and I love the dog pictures. So when he takes them out for a walk, that's his, as far as I know, his first post during the day is Jason out with Tristan and Tilly. So one of my other projects was going to be something similar to this, because I really love this, and this is at Moby Dick Wales. So Jason did this site. Now that's weird. I have to ask him about that. So there's this. Yeah, it's choppy because I got all that stuff running, but if you resize the browser to this stuff, it's very fluid, and I think that's the way hopefully type goes as far as the web, because you can do so much with variable fonts. But yeah, I was gonna do something like this, but I love the Rime of the Ancient Mariner, and I was gonna do a page that had the whole Rime of the Ancient Mariner on it, something to this effect right here. So I was gonna do that too. Let's go to, what do I got? I got a little after the hour, so yeah, a few more minutes here, and then I gotta hop off because I have a call at 7. Yeah, it's after 7 now here. I got a call at 8. I gotta be on. Yeah, clear search. Let's go all the way. What was my first pen? Let's see what my first pen was. I think it was. I have a good idea what it was, but I can't remember. What was that? Something like 4. That was that, huh? That was my first pen. That's funny. That's hilarious. Yes, I do plan on doing that Rime of the Ancient Mariner project. I have it all set up. I had actually started to do it, and I just got so many projects that came on my desk that I was just like, you know what? I gotta shelf that until later on, and yeah, I put that on the back burner for a while. Um, oh, my random quote generator isn't working. Oh, there we go. What happened? Oh, okay. Do not enter passwords or personal information on this page. This is a code demo posted by a web developer on Codepen. A referrer from Codepen is required to render this page for you, and your browser is not sending one. Yes, humble beginnings and start off small. I actually had my Codepen account for I don't know if you all can go back and take a look at when somebody signed up. You probably can, I would imagine. I think I've had mine for 4 or 5 years. I was on free for a long time. And then the past 2 or 3 years, I've been on the Pro plan. I love the Pro plan, though. Well worth the money. But that's my quote generator. I have free Codecam. Oh, what else do I got? Yeah, that's an old resume. That's got 1,400 views? Jeez. That's a shocker. Huh. There's so much wrong with that. Like, I can't even imagine if the contrast issues on this. That's a live view. That background, though. I should know better. Oh, man. Let's just do this for... No way. That's a shocker right there. No heading structure. What? No heading structure? Come on. This thing's arguing with me. Huh. No heading structure. Where am I? Oh, wow. No, there's headings right there. Huh. Anyways. So that I'm going to have to take a run back through that. And that is my journey through my Codepen. And I want to check this out before I go, actually. Because I like these cards. Oh, that's cool. I like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, give that a like. Give it a love. Give it a heart. What is the technical term? Is that give it love? I know I could have sworn they talked about that on the podcast too. It's just hearts? Okay. I gave that a heart. Ah, you hearted my style stage page. Thank you. Oh, you can. I probably knew that. I probably heard that I probably heard Marie talk about that on the podcast, but totally forgot about that. So, okay, you would go in here. Oh, okay. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3. Ah ha ha ha. Okay, gotcha. Look at that. I like that too, so. I like the animation. I do like the animation, so that gets hard too. Today I learned a lot of Codepen stuff. That's great. That's awesome. Cool. Well, thank you all for coming in and keeping me company and chatting away. And I really, really, really appreciate it as I kind of want to get this whole Twitch thing going and see what comes out of it. There's a lot of different stuff I will do because basically that's all I've done my entire career is I've done the design side, I've done the development side, and I kind of want to, I see a lot of development, but I don't see a lot of the design side on Twitch streams. So that and accessibility and CSS. So thank you. It was fun. Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate you stopping in. And believe me, I will be getting that lobster style theme. I'll get cracking on that really, really soon. I think everybody here knows that I'm on Twitter at Todd Libby. When I'm not posting about lobster rolls, I am usually just, or how Russian bots unfollowed me. um, yeah, I'm on Twitter. I'm on here. That's basically the two places that I'm at. And yes, thank you very much. I've got to get going. I hope everybody here has a great night, has a great evening, day, wherever you are. Thank you so much again. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. So, have a good night. See you later. Thank you.